Everyone searches for the best camera, but the best camera means nothing if you don't master it. Now, mastering your camera means that you know how it's going to act in different situations. You know how to correct for imperfections in your camera, and you know how to capitalize on the strengths of your camera. Now, mastering the camera is crucial in freeing up our minds so that we can concentrate on creative ideas. Now, to master the camera, I've come up with 3 different points. Now, this is from my experience, and there's a lot more that goes into this, but I wanted to narrow it down so it's not this huge thing. Point number 1 is stop researching the camera you want. Now, this might seem counterintuitive based on how we handle information nowadays, especially with social media. We believe that the more cameras we see, the better our decision is going to be. But all this does is lead us into this endless loop of needing more information to validate the information that we just found out. Take into consideration the Sony A7 IV. It just came out. It's a brand new camera. Now, if you do a search on this camera, you're gonna find a bunch of different opinions on this camera. You're gonna see videos that say 5 things I love about this camera, 5 things I hate about this camera, things you should know about this camera before you buy this camera. This camera is trash because it overheats. This camera is the best decision I've ever made. My video career is going to be different now because of this. This camera changed the game. All of those type things you're gonna see, and it's going to be endless information. And if you're trying to buy this camera, you're gonna have to sift through a bunch of different videos to try and figure out if this camera is right for you. What is the alternative then? If I need to buy a camera, then how do I go about finding the best camera without looking at a bunch of reviews? Well, I have 2 alternatives. The first one is use your cell phone. Now, most people have a cell phone. You probably have one now. You're probably watching this video on a cell phone. So if you want to get started in YouTube and things like that, your cell phone is a perfect device to do that. Now, if you're going to be trying to do films and things like that, you could still even use your cell phone to get started. And that's what my first alternate recommendation would be, is use your cell phone. Now, the second one is buy a camera that you can afford. Emphasis on you can afford. Now, what I mean by that is a camera that has the camera body, the lens, the battery, a tripod, a memory card, and a microphone. These things will get you going, and it will start you on your journey. There's a YouTuber by the name of Kelly Stamps who started out using the
Canon G7X Mark II. It retails around $500.
She has since upgraded to the Sony ZV-E10, which isn't that expensive of a camera. It's a very simple setup that she has. And if you look at her, she's growing really fast right now. And that is due to her understanding point number 2, which is understand your goals with the camera. Look at your camera as if it's a person. That's kind of weird. Do it anyway. When you look at the camera as a person, look at the camera as a person with skill sets. I got this Canon some years ago now. It's not that great at low light, and it doesn't have any stabilization. But what I was able to do was correct for those things. So when it didn't have stabilization, I would use gimbal or lens with stabilization in it. Now, in low light situations, I would add light or use lenses with a wider aperture. Now, what that allowed me to do is to grow my skills, which brings me to point 3. Spend time with your camera. And I don't mean lay in the bed with it. I don't mean spend time reading about it. I mean spend time shooting. Go out and shoot in the day. Go out and shoot in the night. Go out and shoot in different environments. Shoot different things. Shoot people skating, people flipping, people skateboarding. Whatever it is that's moving, shoot it. Even if it's you in front of the camera talking, just get experience behind the camera. And the more you do this, the more you can master your camera. Videography is not a simple thing to get into. It may seem simple on the surface. The more you get into it, the more you understand how much your knowledge, your skill, and your creativity actually matter in the whole videography world. Now, some people still may not believe that you can shoot videos with your cell phone. I made a video not too long ago, and if you check it in the description below, you can see it. Until next time, I'll holla at y'all later. I'm out. Peace.